This is a glimpse into my life. Life with Eric.
Eric's here.
And I'm Kiley.
And I'm Eric.
Okay, I think we know who you are.
Oh.
So is this like Christmas in June for you today?
This might be one of the best days of my life right now. I'm so excited.
I know.
We have a live studio audience member, and I get really excited. My brother's the only one that sits in the live studio audience.
Right.
And today, we have our friend Jim.
Hello.
And we have him outside the YouTube, but we have him mic'd up. Jim's going to start a podcast, so he's getting here.
He came to observe, but Eric put him on mic.
We're the only ones you know that have a podcast, right?
That's correct.
Right. It's like, I'm going to hit these guys
Nobody's
up.
dumb enough to do one.
Right. Are you sure
Sorry.
you want to do
Right.
this?
At least you have like a little specialty that you're just not like a random comedy couple like everybody else.
Right. Do you want to say what your podcast is going to be about, roughly?
Well, yeah, it's going to be really focusing around the blind community, low vision blind people. Yep. So it'll be interesting.
I think it's going to be. I think it's
I
going to
think
be.
it's
a great
gonna be a
idea.
hit, yep.
It's a good little niche thing. And then we were talking about sponsors and stuff because you could get people like to sponsor the canes, the eye patches.
Yeah.
What else do blind people need?
Lots of stuff. Or low vision. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Kylie's in the eye business
Right.
too. What am I saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you go to Kylie's eye doctor?
No.
I do not. No.
Oh, okay. Is that HIPAA violation?
I mean, well, it's not because he doesn't. So
We were just talking about Dan editing stuff out. See if I did a HIPAA
it could
violation.
be. He answered though before me. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there
no.
you go. You're safe. You're safe, Keeks. But anyway, you're just sitting in. So if you want to interject at any time, just interrupt us.
All right. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Just interrupt us.
And did you get a good look at the Juicy Tits vodka bottle?
Wow.
I did. It's
Okay.
very nice.
Well, no, because he goes, yeah, you always talk about it. I want to see it. They're
okay.
sitting here right on the table.
I was like, that's where we're going first.
I love the front and back view.
Right. It is a yep.
Oh, yeah,
Goes
I know.
both ways.
Yeah, so does my dad. My dad loves those bottles, too. And she actually, the girl from Lauren from Juicy Tits actually sent a bottle for my dad, especially.
What? Right.
Which we didn't give him.
I know,
because
it's sitting over there
we didn't
still.
want him to drink it. I got to edit that out because I told Lauren I gave it to him.
Well, he was
be
on
fine with
on a
Only beer kick.
right.
Yeah, so we'll give
he
it
was
to him
on
for
a
Christmas.
a hard alcohol sober journey,
Right.
if that's a thing. I don't know.
I don't know if you knew about this, Jim, but Kylie and I have something in common. It's the weirdest thing you would ever.
What do we have in
weirdest
common?
thing a couple can ever have in common.
What? I don't even know
We
what this
both
is.
have torn bursa sacs.
Oh, we do right now.
I ripped my hip. There's a thing that protects the joint on the side of your hip, and it's called a bursa sac.
You have a handful of bursa sacs
Right.
on your body.
And there's one at the tip of the elbow.
Yep.
And we figured out Kylie
Yep.
damaged hers.
I did.
Because a bursa sac is something that
It protects your bones.
it protects your bones, it protects your joints right there, and it only can get ripped or torn by blunt force trauma,
Which was mine.
which was hers, or overuse, which was mine.
Yeah.
And so,
I made fun of you so much, and now I'm in the same
well, I wanted
category.
I wanted Kylie to put her elbow right in my
can't.
hip, and she couldn't do it, and she was in such pain because she fell before. Where'd you fall at?
I fell. Nor knocked me down.
I know, but we were going somewhere.
I hit right before we went to Hawaii. When she jumped on me and I rolled my ankle, and then I hit my elbow on my vanity.
Right, and you've never been
Yeah.
able to barely touch the tip of your
No,
elbow.
since it's been 2 months.
And my
I
hip's
can't-
the same way.
Yeah, I can't touch my elbow.
Yeah,
can't
but-
lean it on anything.
Yeah, but with your elbow, it's a lot better than my injury.
Right, because I can still function daily.
Yeah, I swim. I swim with my doctor, and well, he's a doctor friend of mine. He's an
He's orthopedic
surgeon.
Okay.
And he was gone when I hurt myself, and I had to go to the Rock. So he comes up to me at swimming today, and he goes, "Hey, I looked at your X-ray when you came in," and so
Which is a whole other problem.
Yeah, he looks at my X-ray and he goes, "Oh yeah, you do have a little bit of arthritis in your hips, a tiny bit."
Which I feel like
and
that's
I go,
normal.
What? I mean, maybe that's normal for my age.
I feel like that is.
But he said the real issue is, do you have any back problems? Because
I do.
You have the back of an old man. That's what he tells me at swim practice, and I'm like,
What do you mean by that?
I go, no. Then he says it in a
qualifies as an old
perfectly
man?
just a monotone this, and he dips his goggles in the water. So I'm like,
It's just like an abnormal day for him.
yeah, and I go, how old are you talking here? And he looks at me and he goes, 70s.
So
I got a back of a 70-year-old man.
maybe you need
this.
to stop trying to say that we're 41.
Yeah, I got
Because I think
yeah.
maybe you should say I'm 71.
Right. Well, you know what? I'm still gonna Kylie's a lot younger than me, Jim, if you didn't know that. And so I just say we're
He's
her.
like, I did know that.
I would just say that we're her age.
He likes to like come down to my age.
And you know what? I'm sticking to that.
Oh,
Until
okay.
you're wheeling me around this house because of my bad old man back.
Old men back, yeah.
I'm going to stay your age.
Okay.
Until they they won't buy it at that age probably.
No, they won't, but
I was like, I could not stop thinking about that the whole time. I'm like,
all day. That's like, have you thought about it all day?
Oh, all day.
Have you Googled how you can make your back less old?
No, I don't know.
Is that going to be your next question on Monday at swimming?
I think if I just start doing young stuff, it'll make my back feel better.
I'm not sure if it works that way.
I go to some raves. We'll get down to Vegas or something.
You start like doing drugs in your in your 40s.
Yeah,
quote unquote.
I'll start taking what do they call that? Ecstasy,
Oh, boy.
Somali, or whatever.
What is it? Is it like acid? Maybe you should take acid because it makes like your spinal cord like bleed or something. So maybe that'll help your back.
I never heard of that. I don't know what you mean. How would you know that?
I don't know. Somebody told me that once.
Makes your spinal cord bleed?
I think so. Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. Maybe you should Google this.
Are
Jim,
we crazy?
you know?
Are we crazy here?
I have heard that before, but I never knew if that was just some old tale.
I don't know either. So maybe
to
it's
get
an
you
old
so
tale.
you don't try it.
That could be. But see, there's two of us here that have heard that.
That's what you tell your kids. Don't take
No,
acid. It'll make your spinal
I think
cord bleed.
it does. I actually had like a friend that I think took acid, and she said her back hurt really bad after.
Well, I don't want to take that then.
Right. Well, maybe it'll help like heal
Numb it.
things. Yeah.
Numb it.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, so I got a lot more questions for my doctor here.
I do too.
That was just casual. We're both standing there in our Speedos talking about this.
Well,
he's like,
he's like, as my back looks younger than yours. See ya.
Right. I know. God, it's a little bit discouraging though.
Well,
but I thought, Jim, you ever heard of a Weenus?
No, that sounds.
Show them what a Weenus is,
Kylie.
It's
the skin on your elbow.
It's the skin. It actually is called a Weenus.
It is.
It's the skin.
Nice Weenus.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
It's the skin over my bursa sac that's swollen.
So that was there was a lot of episodes ago that we were talking about this Weenus.
Right, because Lauren's daughter. It all started with Lauren's daughter. Lauren and Chris's daughter.
Broke her Weenus?
No, she learned what a Weenus was, so she came home.
Oh, she came home. That's what I don't know.
It was
what we
right
started
when we
talking
like
about
went on a trip or something.
Yeah,
so
I
Lauren
kept
was
saying,
telling us
Kylie heard her Weenus, but it's really the bursa sac.
Right.
But I don't know. That's an
Weenuses and sacks.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Who knew the elbow was so?
I know. God, Jim, you're just jumping right in. I said jump in whenever you want to. There you go. You got a lot of knowledge over there.
Right. He's learning a lot also.
Yeah. So when you have your show, who's your partner that you're going to do the show with?
Her name is Heather DeStefano.
Ooh,
I'm saying
that's a name.
Yeah, and it's a great last name, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So, sounds like a showbiz name.
It does.
What does she do for a living?
She's going to school, getting her master's, I think, in social work at UNLV.
Ooh, that's her.
Oh well, Kylie kind of does that too.
I didn't do social work.
Or what did you do?
I did marriage and family therapy.
Marriage and family therapy. This is our marriage and family therapy right now.
Ish, yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then we fight after.
I'm
and then
actually more of a therapist than she is.
That's a lie.
100%. Like I have the common sense way, and she has the way that
You don't
nobody
have
will
the
listen
common
to.
sense way.
What's that?
You do not. No.
That's part of my problem, probably.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm. No.
Okay.
Okay.
Kylie.
Eric.
We have a really busy June schedule going.
Right. Starting with June 1st with Jim.
Oh yeah, yeah. And then we have a guest next week, Michael Weem, that we're going to put on.
But we're not. Yeah, that
June
one's not
19th.
airing yet.
We're going to air it on June 19th. But yeah, so we have lots of guests in June.
A lot of guests.
The reason we're
well,
doing
then we might have Skylar on because she'll be in town if
yeah?
she wants to hang out with us. We'll probably have Aislinn in Hawaii.
Did River tell you at all that Skylar's moving to Hawaii, to Oahu?
I heard it on your show.
Oh, it's not
That's
from
how I
River.
know.
I believe that, though.
I forget what we talk about. Yeah. So she's coming back for 10 or days to 2 weeks here, and then
About 2 weeks.
and
Yeah.
then heading off to Oahu.
Oahu, yeah.
We'll see how it goes. We're only saying positive things. Let's go get a phone call.
I was a little confused. Is she doing something with sharks?
Yes.
Is that what I did hear that right? Okay.
Yeah, she's working for this company called One Oceans.
One Oceans.
And this girl called Ocean Ramsey, who they take
She
tours
dives,
out and dives with.
She's like a dives with sharks frequently.
That's her thing.
And she has this organization that's like Save the Sharks.
Yeah.
And then they do like tourist tours with not hungry biting sharks.
But they have another
so
one
you
where
can
they just
swim with
only go with
sharks.
tiger sharks.
And I think
Skylar said.
they make money to save the sharks.
Yeah, save the sharks. And this Ocean Ramsey is this very attractive girl that wears she
looks like a tiger shark.
Looks like a tiger shark wetsuit, and she swims around the sharks with the sharks and all this stuff.
Wow.
Yikes,
yeah, so I don't know. Skylar's gonna be working in the front office, so she won't be handling any sharks. But they said they'll start training her to work with the sharks.
I'm good.
Yeah, I don't know. She keeps telling me, she goes, "Dad, if you come, you're gonna be so scared if we do it." And I said, I probably would. I never been in the water with a shark.
I'm good. I don't need to be ever.
Get in the water with the predator.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's always a good idea.
I hope they're fed first, so they're not hungry.
I would assume they feed them first.
I mean, they take tours out every day, so I'm assuming.
They eat just breakfast and dinner. That's like their eating schedule, like morning and night. Did you know that?
I mean, kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
I know you don't go swimming in the evening. That's what I heard.
Dawn and dusk you don't go swimming because that's when they feed.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't be doing that. When we were in Maui, my niece saw a tiger shark up close and personal in the swimming area at the beach, and they cleared the water out, and it's like a 12-foot tiger shark just cruising in 3 feet of water.
Nope.
Wow.
Everyone's pulling their kids out of the water, running down the beach,
nope.
and she goes, it was just like something out of Jaws. Everybody's running out of the water, crazy. And then there was a couple people who were just being like assholes snorkeling out there saying, "No, we're not getting out. We're not getting out."
That's
and the
how
lifeguards
you
are
die.
Like, "Get out now. Get out now." But I guess nobody got eaten, so.
We didn't hear about it on the news, so.
Right. But anyway, yeah, June's get busy because I'm going to Olympic trials.
Right.
To be a spectator, not to swim. People say,
we learned that from you.
I don't know what people out there. They always ask me.
Maybe they think you're that good of a swimmer?
Are you swimming in Olympic trials?
You should just start saying yes.
Those are kids. Those are like 19, 20-year-old kids swimming in Olympic.
They're not 41-years-olds?
Right. They're not 41-year-olds. Yeah. I mean, once in a blue moon, there'll be like a 39-year-old in the Olympic trials, and they'll be like, they usually get like last place.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean? But you'll see a couple of them
Maybe you should just start
there.
saying yes and just see what people say.
They would just believe it because no one knows what swimming is, really.
What?
So they don't, they know Michael Phelps. That's it. You know?
Do I look like Michael Phelps? That's you. Do you look like Michael Phelps?
I don't know. I'm not as tall.
Right. Your wingspan is half of his.
My wingspan is half of things. My legs are the same shortness as his.
That is true.
Did you know Michael Phelps has a super long torso? He's 6'4". He has a really long torso, but his
like
inseam,
30-inch
inseam, which is the same size legs as I have.
Wow.
So he has a long torso and long arms, and his wingspan is way longer than his 6'4", span.
So his power is in pulling with his arms versus pushing with the legs.
Yeah, really good swimmers, they say, have short legs and long torsos, which you never really. When you see Phelps, it's kind of, and he has size 14 feet.
Jesus, those are flippers.
Flippers,
just weird, flippers. But I've been to the Olympic trials and seen him a few different times, and it's really just up live and close. It's really cool.
Are you going to see him when you go?
Yeah, I guarantee he'll be there.
Throw him a podcast card.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. I'm going to hit him up.
Yeah. We'll come to Arizona.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll come to Arizona and do that. Yeah. We were at a few Olympic trials when he was swimming. He had his wife there, and she had a little kid, and he just wear the little kid. I think the little kid's name was Boomer.
Yeah, I believe
the kid would wear little headsets, but
no, they're not headsets. They're noise canceling.
Yeah, or noise canceling headsets. Yeah, and the wife would be there, and the mom. And we sat about 2 rows in front of them.
Remember you told me that. It's all coming back to me.
Yeah, and so that was kind of cool. That was years ago. But anyway, me and my friend are going to watch the Olympic trials. It's in Lucas Oil Stadium where the Colts play.
I know, that's weird
in a football
to me.
stadium. They actually build the pools above. If you Google it or whatever, you can see it. It's pretty phenomenal.
They're building them,
They build 2 50-meter pools above ground.
Wow.
And then they build the deck in around them, and then they have the stadium.
That's crazy.
Out there.
So basically, the second the football season ended, they started building these things?
They started building them like 2 weeks ago.
What?
Yeah, they
takes
build
that long?
them fast. Yeah, I mean, it takes longer. They got to get the water.
I feel like it takes like 2 weeks to fill those things.
Yeah, well, maybe they started earlier, but I don't know.
Okay.
But they got to get the water perfectly, and it's got to be the perfect depth and everything. I mean, it's got to be super official. But I guess these guys go all over the world.
Is that an outdoor stadium or an indoor stadium?
It's indoor stadium.
Okay.
Yeah, they build 2 pools. They build one the long way and one the short way, but they're 2 big pools, so they have the warm-up area.
I would say one's a warm-up pool.
Yeah, it's curtain off the warm-up area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's going to be pretty cool. And then as soon as I get back from that, I have 18-hour turnaround. I'm getting on an airplane and going to Kauai with her family.
Which he knows this because he listened last week.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm telling the audience again.
He likes to repeat, Jim.
It's an aquatic theme.
Yeah. Oh, yes, it is.
Shark diving, Olympic trials,
and then you
Kauai.
Newport.
Yeah, and then we're going to come back for a week and go to do our Newport trip that her parents, put the trip in the middle of it all.
Well, their anniversaries then.
Right. Well, can they change it? Can they change it to August?
Yes.
I'm like, can
They're
we just
going
go
to
in
change it
August?
after 50 years.
Yeah.
No, because kids are in school in August.
That's 49 years, but 50 will be in August. That's a long time. How long have you been married, Jim?
25, 26 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Kylie and I have only been married 4?
4.
Yeah, 4 years.
Whatever
We've been
the
together
year
a lot
is,
longer.
that's
Yeah,
what,
a
that's
lot
what
longer.
it is.
If you had all my marriages together, it might be
Right.
close.
Probably
really.
not, though.
Yeah. I'll hear from Skylar on that one, too. Like I usually do. I wonder how long these guys I'm messing up now. I'm not on my game, Jim. These guys been
You're
married.
making them flustered.
This segment of Life with Eric is brought to you by
430 National.
Great American Storage
America.
and Reno Yard.
For all your outdoor storage needs. Something happened to you in Trader Joe's yesterday.
Something did happen to me in Trader Joe's yesterday.
You're the one that mentioned this to me,
I know,
so I'm
and
bringing it up to you.
And I was highly offended.
Why?
You would have died. I think you would have maybe thrown a fit. So I walked into Trader Joe's and I see this young mom with like an 18-month-old in a cart. And she had like one of those like cups that you get at like Yogurt Beach, which I just assumed it was frozen yogurt for her and her baby. Great. Wonderful. Right. So we're walking around. I stopped to get something and I'm like, oh my God, what is that smell? This woman does not have frozen yogurt. It is tuna fish. It's a
like
bowl,
just eat it out of the cup?
A cup of tuna fish.
I would have started dry.
And she's feeding it to the kid and eating it herself. And I was like, what?
Does it look like ice cream? Like it's thick mayo?
Yeah, it had mayo in it.
Oh, man.
But I was just like, is this a joke? Who walks around a grocery store with tuna fish?
I mean, I guess the baby's
eating
hungry.
Tuna fish,
Was the
I
mom
should
eating
say.
it too?
Yes, they both were eating it. And this wasn't like lunchtime.
It was
like
now.
2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
That's
like,
the oddest thing
It was
ever.
like, it says tuna
Could
fish
you smell
snack.
tuna fish?
Yes.
And it smelled.
Oh, yeah.
Why was she doing that?
I don't
wonder?
know.
Did you say something?
No, I'm not going to say
Did you say
anything.
something? Like,
I should have like dry heave like
yeah.
right next to her. But
Well,
it was
I
just
mean,
like, who walks around a grocery store with that?
Now, what if they were eating frozen yogurt? You wouldn't even care.
No, because I can't smell it.
Oh, because you wouldn't have smelled that. Yeah.
Right.
It's like the lunchroom, where someone cooks something
Yep,
disgusting
you're
in a
not supposed to
microwave
bring
at work.
fish to lunch.
Now
Yep.
you get it
Right.
at the grocery store.
No, it's like, you know what? Do you know what I can't stand? Is when I get on an airplane, and if you do this, Jim, I apologize. I don't know. No, is when people get like I don't know, get like a burger or something,
McDonald's,
or get like
'cause that's what's
McDonald's,
in the
or let's just
airports.
say a McDonald's egg McMuffin. They kind of
Ooh,
stink,
that's the
right?
worst.
And they
Yep.
open it up on the plane, and everybody
It's a
around them,
confined space.
yeah,
Yeah. There are certain foods that don't do well on a plane.
yeah, or someone lets it sit there for like 2 hours, then
And
they
then
start to
eat
eat it
it,
on the
yep.
plane. Yeah, and
Yeah,
so
they have to save it, so they got to wait until they're in the sky.
Yeah,
they start to
mid-flight.
eat it.
and it's soggy,
Ugh. It's always like a Chinese food too. Do you notice? Do you smell that one ever?
If people eat Chinese food, I don't know.
Because there's always like the Chinese places in there, the little like fast.
Yeah,
food
like Panda
Chinese.
Express or
Yeah.
something like that.
I can't think of the other one, but
What
yeah,
happened to you last time you had Panda Express?
I choked.
Yeah, last time Kylie had Panda Express, we went to the ER,
Yeah, we did.
to the emergency.
Wow.
Because some of the spices that reacted, like she got it
I
caught
got
in
it
her
stuck in my esophagus,
esophagus,
and
and
had
they-
to get it removed.
Yeah, they had to knock her out and drill,
Yeah,
like
surgically remove it.
surgically remove it.
Yeah.
It was
Drama.
Right.
Just
So
from
she's-
eating Panda Express.
right.
Right. Well, I was like the peppered chicken, but
Yeah, it's something to do with the spice closed her
I
esophagus.
had
off.
like an allergic
Oh, no.
reaction, and my esophagus swelled around it.
They were in the ER all night long.
Yeah. Well, I also decided to go to the ER like 10 p.m. at night.
Yeah, that didn't help.
No, I should have gone.
And she didn't have any-
So I had to call like the on-call gastrologist, which was probably sleeping.
And she couldn't
pissed
drink
at
any
me.
fluids because she could still breathe. It was just
I
in her
could breathe
esophagus.
fine, yeah.
So any water or spit would come right back up.
So
So
it
she
was-
didn't drink any water all day.
for like 10 hours.
Yeah, so they couldn't, when she had to get an IV
I
and
kept,
stuff.
I kept thinking it would like magically go away. It'd solve itself. It didn't.
Yeah, they
So I
couldn't
was
fi-
dehydrated.
They
and
couldn't find a vein for the IV.
It was a
They
nightmare.
had to bring 20 people in to try to get the IV
Yep.
in, and then, that's a nightmare.
Yeah.
But anyway, Panda Express is great. It's never happened to me, and I
Yeah,
love Panda
just
Express.
Can't eat
So
pepper
if
chicken.
Panda Express wants
apparently.
to sponsor,
Cracked pepper chicken is a no-go.
safe to say Panda Express will not sponsor.
Right.
We won't hit them up. I was just talking about that with Jim about sponsors and how it's it's hard to approach them and everything. If we had zillions and zillions of listeners,
Right.
it's a lot easier. Or we're movie stars or whatever.
I mean, I think they would approach you at that point.
Yeah,
Right.
I guess so. Or it'd be pretty easy.
You wouldn't have to work for
or
it.
we'd have a manager that would just solicit us
Correct.
out and get to like that thing. That's my whole idea, Jim, because I figured I do the acting stuff, right? And I never really made it on a big TV show or a movie or whatever. But if I do, then I'll have this set up already.
Right.
And we'll already be podcasting. Like, oh, he actually has a podcast. Let's listen to it. Maybe we'll get millions of listeners then.
Right. Can you get a job then? Let's work on that.
What's that? No. I'm gonna.
No, I mean like getting an acting job. That kind of
Oh
job.
yeah.
Can you work,
Right.
Can you work a little
Get a
harder
job?
on those auditions?
No, I'm gonna start hanging out with you, Jim.
He would like to.
Yeah. Well, maybe me and you will have a podcast.
Oh boy.
Once you get the other podcast going,
What would
on
yours
Wednesday,
be about?
me and my best friend Jim.
What would you talk about?
I don't know.
Oh,
We talk
okay.
about everyday life.
Oh, okay, dokes.
I don't know what we talk about. We talk about both the podcasts back and forth. We'll have to see. We'll have to work on this, though.
Okay. Jim's like, I can only handle one. I think you can only handle one
What?
podcast.
Yeah, I know. But, yeah, that's the one thing about the podcast. The consistency is pretty big. Whether you go, I don't know if you're going to go weekly or bi-weekly or whatever you've even thought about that.
We have not.
He's like,
Right.
we're at
It's just
beginning
totally
stages.
it's just the concept.
Because you'll
right
be
now.
surprised how fast the week comes up.
That is true.
It seems like we just podcast and boom, we're here doing it again.
Right.
And then it'll post on Wednesday, so you get a little taste of it again. So it seems like you're doing it. Seems like you're doing it like 3 times a week, but you're only
It
on the
doesn't feel like
mics.
that for me.
Yeah, it's easy for her. Yeah.
Right. I mean, you don't have to listen to it 3 times before.
No, I usually we'll record this and I'll roughly listen to some stuff if I want to hear what it sounds like. But then
And then don't you listen to it once it gets onto SoundCloud?
once
And then again when it posts?
I listen to it once it gets on the SoundCloud. Our SoundClouds are our RSS feed, which it goes on there earlier than from SoundCloud. It goes out to all the platforms like Apple Podcasts and Spotify and whatnot. So I can listen to it privately once it's up.
Oh, I see.
And so last week there was a mistake in it, and I didn't tell
maybe
Dan
that's a
about
good
it.
Oh.
I just left it. But sometimes we can catch the mistake and correct it. You know, if there's.
Because maybe you should listen.
Sometimes
to
you'll go
it.
and like in the middle of it, it'll be 2 minutes of blank sound, blank,
Oh,
and
no.
you're like, what happened? You know, and like
Do you listen to it on like fast speed?
I don't.
Oh, so you literally take an hour of your day and listen to it?
I see. Our podcasts are usually like 41 minutes, 42
I mean,
minutes.
that's like
so
an hour then.
yeah, but I listen to it on the way in the morning
okay.
or whatever. But I'll pre-listen to it. So I kind of listen to our podcasts at least
3 times a week.
2 to 3 times a week.
One
for
episode, that is.
For
God
160
bless it.
weeks. Today's 159, so I'll listen to it. But Kylie, have you ever listened to one?
Mm-mm.
Have you ever listened to a whole one?
Mm-mm.
Out of 159, she's never listened to a whole episode.
I don't like listening to myself back.
You sound way better than me. I sound like
I
a
don't.
nasal
I know, but
freaking.
I don't like it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't. Even when I did like the acting stuff, I also hated watching myself.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm once I do it, I'm done.
How will you be when you hear yourself, Jim, on this podcast? You're gonna. This is the first time you'll really hear your voice on a.
Oh yeah.
I think it will be weird.
Yeah, yeah. You sound good. You were saying I'm not sure what I'll sound like, but you sound fine to me. You know. We got my mom on here. You should hear her.
I'd hear you.
Right. Hear me. I'm nasally. You're not nasally, Jim. I'm nasally as heck.
Heck.
Heck. I'm nasally.
I flustered you.
Yeah, you fluster me, dear.
Sorry.
What did we watch? What did we watch on?
Watch a
The other
bunch
day,
of stuff.
no, but the other day I was going to talk to you about something. I wrote it down. I
That
can't
we
see my notes.
watched?
Oh, the Ashley Madison scandal.
Well, we did watch that documentary.
That was insane. Did you see that on Netflix at all?
I did not. No.
It's what is Ashley Madison? It's where these.
It's a. Can you call it a dating app?
It's where married
Website?
couples go on the internet and they
to
sign up
have
on
like an affair.
an
with
affair. Yeah.
Right.
But what happened was somebody hacked them and put all the people's information. There was like a real affluent.
Well, they kind of
people
said
on
like
there
if you don't shut it down, we're gonna release all the info, and they I guess
like a
didn't
blackmail
believe
thing.
them.
Well, I remember when that came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a whole thing on Netflix on that. And is it on Netflix? I can't remember, but I think so.
I can't remember either.
But yeah, somebody, so all these, and one guy killed himself over it.
Oh yeah, because
and
he was like a pastor. And
he was a
they
pastor.
fired
yeah.
him.
God.
Yeah, that
I
was
know.
like, I remember in the news.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
story. and I mean,
2015
it's-
or something like
yeah,
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was pretty interesting. And then but they still have it. It's in
It
every
is
country.
still around,
It's
yeah.
still around. They didn't go out of business.
They
but
did not. We know
um,
somebody that did it.
Yeah, I think it
Oh,
was
yeah,
an
that's
app for
right.
cheating on your spouse. I think
Yes.
that was the
Yep.
whole
Mhm.
thing.
what was the tagline? We saw it a bunch
Oh.
of times.
something about what was the tagline?
Have an affair, you're gonna anyway, or something.
Life is short,
Yeah,
have an affair.
oh,
or
yeah,
something like
Life
that.
is short, have an affair. Yeah, and so all these people who they had
Like I love my wife, but I just need a little something else.
right. But
So I'm like,
but the amazing thing is, on all over their website, they had the secure. We're secure.
Oh, yeah,
we're
like
secure,
three
we're
different
secure.
things that
Three
said they
different
were
things
secure.
that they're secure, but they
It was
weren't
all a
secure.
lie.
They were never secure ever. Then finally, someone just hacked them. But so people put all their credit card information, and they said, if you don't shut this down, we're going to release all these people's credit card information, all their personal information,
email
and
addresses.
and we're going to tell their spouse.
well, they didn't tell him. It was just got released. So then
Yeah,
you
we got
could,
released. You could
but
look up a
and then
name.
it was like, yeah, you could search like emails or names or.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting.
It was kind of interesting.
Know what else is interesting? And this
What?
might not. Did you ever watch The Bachelor or The Bachelorette, Jim?
On occasion, because Gina will have it on, of course. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Is that your
somehow-
excuse? Because I have it on. That's my.
I've never watched
Uh-huh.
a full episode.
That's a
Kylie
lie.
just has it
Nope,
on.
That's a lie.
But a lot of our listeners are really into this, so we're gonna tackle
Because
this.
they're women. But
Yeah, because actually, I didn't tell you that most of all our listeners are women.
Oh.
They're women demographics like 25
I
to
can't remember. Yeah.
yeah. They give you when you look on the
45,
analytics
something
and
like
stuff,
that.
it'll give you the demographics of who listens to you, and we don't have that
It's
many
like a
men.
learning podcast for listeners as well.
What? Oh yeah.
Don't forget your life.
Oh yeah. That's right.
Uh huh.
Yeah. But anyway, most of our listeners are women.
Okay.
And
Thanks,
so
ladies.
that's why we're always talking about The Bachelorette.
That's
and,
why, right? And Vanderpump Rules,
right, and all these kind of shows. But this lady who got kicked off of The Bachelorette, her name was Joan, and she quit early because
She didn't get kicked off. She quit.
Yeah, she quit because she had to take care of one of her kids,
No, I think her daughter had just had a baby,
and she had to be there for her
and
daughter.
her daughter's like having a mental break, like literally like had a baby like the day before she left.
I'm glad this chick left because
I liked Joan. She's
Yeah,
the new
because
Golden Bachelorette.
I don't know if you know this guy Jerry or Gary,
Gary.
who won. It was a setup because this guy.
I mean,
These two older people go on The Bachelorette, right? Or Golden Bachelorette or Bachelor.
Golden Bachelor.
And they already have their grandkids and their wife or their wives are dead, I
I
guess.
weirdly
but-
just read something about this today
what?
about what happened with Gary and Teresa.
You tell me and I'll tell you if you're right.
Oh,
Because I do know
I
this.
read a thing today that they had when they went into it, it was like, oh, we're gonna move to South Carolina. We'll both like relocate, and then because Teresa still works, she's like a financial advisor or something like
Yeah,
that.
because this guy Gary wanted her money.
Yeah, and so she actually ended up she didn't want to quit her job and she didn't want to move, and apparently Gary did not want to move to her.
Right. And that should be a given. But this Joan lady, I was going to say chick, but she's an older lady.
She is like
Probably
your mom's
70.
age.
Yeah, like my mom's age.
Correct.
My mom can still be a chick.
Okay,
Call my mom a chick.
go for it.
But this Joan lady says one of her things when she talks to the guys or they get they get the guys there, she says she's not going to move. She goes, I'm not going to move.
Well, apparently,
But she's saying it beforehand.
Well,
so
no,
when
that's
she meets
good.
a guy,
Apparently,
they'll
in
know.
which I did read in this today, that in whilst in the fantasy suite, they did talk about both moving to like South Carolina, and then I don't know what happened.
In the fantasy suite.
Yeah, so they were both agreed that they would move.
Are you aware about these fantasy suites? Yeah.
I am aware of this.
I am
fantasy.
aware.
Yeah, they get these cards and they say, you can
Forgo your individual rooms.
forego your individual rooms or take this key and
No, that's forgo means to not to do it.
you
and
say
do
what it
this.
says. Say what the card says.
You can either stay in your individual suites or forgo them and go into the.
Has anybody ever
Fantasies.
denied the fantasy suite?
I don't
Come on
think
now.
so. I don't think
You got to
so.
check that level of compatibility.
Well,
yeah,
I think it's just
yeah, you
well,
do.
I think it's also just a time where there's no cameras and you can talk about whatever you want off camera.
Talk to intimate details.
I mean, or I don't know, like, because they never tell you what exactly happens.
I mean, I'm going to get kind of raw right here. But if you get a bachelor, right? If you get a bachelor, right? And he's got
Right.
there's 3 girls, so there's going to be 3 fantasy suites.
Right.
And let's just say he has to get rid of 1 to get to 3, right? So there's 4.
Right.
He might be like, I actually only wanted
Because I want
this
to
one
hook up with
because
that chick.
I just want to go in the fantasy suite with this one.
I'm sure guys think
just
like
for
that.
a one-nighter. I don't
Right.
really want to marry her.
Right.
Let's just hold her
But I just-
over for the
right.
fantasy suite and get rid of this one,
Nice.
who I kind of like more, but I know she's not going to win. but this one's way
Sounds
more
fun.
attractive or sounds fun. So let's just do that. I guarantee you stuff like that
It
happens.
does
I'm
kind of
sure,
have
yeah.
like a strip club overtone to it, right? The
right,
fantasy
right.
suite.
And it's
Right.
like 3 nights in a row. Good Lord.
Yeah, and the
But you do
Bachelor
know
goes
that-
to each one
but
3
did you-
nights in a row. I mean,
Did
you
you
guys must be
also know
exhausted.
that all the contestants have to, before they are allowed on the show, they have to get like a STI screening, and they all
Seriously?
and they all have to take Valtrex while they're there.
What's Valtrex?
That anti-herpes drug.
Wow.
While they're
They're on the
I
show.
don't
Yep,
believe
no,
that.
Yep.
That's pretty invasive. There's no way.
No, they do because of like the fantasy suite stuff. And if you're kissing someone, you get a cold sore. Mm-hmm.
What?
So they all have to take like Valtrex while they're there, and they all have to get screened.
They all take a medication the whole time they're on The Bachelor in case they kiss anybody.
Yep.
There's no way.
Why?
Because people don't want to get on medications. I don't
No,
believe that.
I do. Because if someone's like, "Oh my god, I got a cold sore," and you kissed the Bachelor, and then he kissed 3 other chicks that night, everybody has a herpes
That would
outbreak.
be hilarious.
That's why they all do it. It
There's an
makes
outbreak.
sense.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I still don't believe you.
Yep, it's true.
I have never ever heard
Oh,
of
I
this. Did you
have.
just make? Did
Nope.
you? Where'd you
I
get
actually
this
think the
information?
Cosmopolitan did a thing on it,
Oh,
so it's real.
that's interesting.
Yep.
I don't think it's What's Valtrex? That's not-
Valtrex.
Valtrex is for like
That's-
a cold sore or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow. I don't even know what I was talking about now. My mind's blown. I'm like, I mean, look what you learn here, Jim.
Right.
I
The more
never
you
knew.
know.
But anyway, you think this old lady Joan's going to take that?
Yes. She might not have to, but the contestants have to.
And if you have a problem with your body handling it, you're not on the show.
Right. I don't know about the older ones. I mean, I don't know. Valtrex is pretty mild.
That guy Gary made out with everybody.
Yeah, and they all were on Valtrex.
Okay. For some reason I think you got the drug wrong.
I don't think I do. I
Sounds
have
like
my
you got
phone.
something.
That's like the name, not like the generic is what everyone's used to.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Acyclovir is what you're used to.
Oh, that's what I was thinking of.
If
Yeah,
that's the
yeah,
generic name,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know. This is all news to me.
Well, Google it later.
Yeah.
See if I'm right.
You know
I'm
what?
right.
You know what I found fascinating because we're still on the TV section here. There's a new show on Netflix called Eric, ERIC. It's just called Eric. I go, what? And it was Benjamin Cumberbatch or whatever. his name
Excuse
is.
me? What's that name? Veteman?
Benjamin.
I'm pretty sure his name is.
Benjamin. Benjamin
go.
Cumberbatch.
Yeah.
Benjamin Cumberbatch or whatever his name is.
Veteman.
It's the Academy Award winner, right?
Right.
I can't think of the guy's name.
That's not Veteman.
Whatever.
That's not a
Anyway.
real name.
What is his name?
I think it's Benjamin.
Oh, Benjamin. Benjamin Cumberbund.
Is it Benjamin?
Cumberbund.
No, it's Benedict.
Oh,
Benedict.
Benedict. That's why I'm having
No.
a problem with this. Yeah.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
All right, let's rewind. Benedict Cumberbatch.
Veteman Cumberbund is what he calls it.
That's a perfect name for it.
Okay. That's our
Academy
next,
Award
That's our
winner.
next dog.
Yeah. But yeah, is he playing Eric?
I don't know. You have to look that up.
Yeah, we just saw it's about a kid, a
You
kidnapped
did
kid or
just tell me
something.
that you wanted to watch it purely off of because the name is Eric.
Who names a show just Eric?
I mean, that's true.
Eric, ERIC.
There you go.
There is that show on HBO or whatever called Barry.
Oh yeah,
There is?
that's a good show.
Yeah.
Oh.
I've never seen that. I want
funny.
to see that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Barry.
He's like an acting coach, right? Or something like that.
He's
Oh, no.
a trained killer in the military.
Way off.
No, but he's an acting
no.
coach.
You're not too far off. So the
Right.
guy that plays the Fonz, forgot his from Happy Days.
Yeah.
Henry
He
Winkler.
he's
Oh, yeah.
Henry
Winkler.
Winkler plays the acting coach.
Oh.
So he gets to LA, essentially
okay. He
joins an
played-
acting class, but he still goes out and murders people for hire.
And then just
Oh.
goes to regular acting class in the
Little
80s
Dexter.
or whatever.
He's kind of lost his soul. He's trying to figure out who he is, and he falls in love with acting.
Wow.
And
Oh.
but the acting was just a cover, but he really likes it, and
Ah.
it's funny.
Yeah.
It's
I want to
it's
see
good.
that show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Barry, I'm going to watch Barry and Eric. Those are
Okay.
the next shows that we're watching.
Okay.
Have you ever seen Outer Banks?
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Outer Banks it's so funny. A lot of adults, I guess, really don't like Outer Banks, but my dad loves Outer Banks.
Oh, your dad watches it?
I think he likes. Yeah, I think he
Oh, I didn't
likes.
know that.
He likes the
Teen drama?
Well, no, he likes the
Oh.
treasure hunt.
Oh,
like
like the
aspect-
history part of it?
Like just the
aspect of it?
treasure hunt. Like they're hunting for treasure. Like,
there's like
I
a
think he reads a
history
lot
thing,
of books
yeah.
like that. But I like it. I
I
mean,
know you like it.
it's funny.
I don't
These
think you
guys-
like that. Do you even know there's this treasure hunt happening?
I don't even know what they're doing. I see a
Right.
bunch of kids running around.
Right.
But
They're like living
well, no.
vicariously through their lives.
It's like, that 90210 where these high school kids are 30 years old.
Right.
There's no way that John B. guy, he's like
No,
35
he really
years old.
is like 30
He's like
something.
30-something years old
Yeah.
playing a high school kid.
He really is in his 30s.
Yeah. I mean, no high school kid looks like that.
No.
Yeah. But everybody loves the show. I just saw
Right,
a
it's
thing
fun.
saying the next season's coming out.
I mean, I think it's coming soon. Yeah. I believe they are done filming.
yeah, I get sometimes I'll say I watch it and I get shit for that.
Oh,
you watch
really?
that? It's like a kid's show. You know, it's,
It's not really. It has like
Yeah.
decent content.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's got. I mean, it's got a good plot and everything.
Right.
I mean, these kids run around. They never get killed or anything. They just
Right.
always
There's
people
weirdly
get
no
killed around them.
consequences.
Yeah, no consequences. They don't got to go to school. They just
Right.
hop in their. That's what I
you
need
want
to do.
that?
I just want that Volkswagen bus, cruise around the island. You know, go surfing if you want to go surfing.
So you're gonna move to the Outer Banks now?
yeah, I think
Okay.
it become a very big destination spot since that show came out.
It has.
Outer Banks.
Possibly. Yeah.
Yeah, Tanner
see
went
that.
there,
Oh
To
yeah,
the
a couple
Outer
years
Banks,
ago. Yeah. I think that was before like the show though,
and then my
because we were like, "Where are you going?"
my brother Marcus. We go with we have a little travel group we go to places with, and we put a name in a hat. He put the Outer Banks in
We
the
did
hat
one
one
year.
time. I don't know what
And
we,
we were
I don't
like,
know what
"Why
we
did
would
you do
do
that?"
down
He's
there.
like, "I don't know. It sounded fun."
Right, but he never even seen the show before.
I know.
He just put that in there in the hat. So we would have went to Outer Banks and I didn't even know what to do.
Oh, we would have found stuff to do.
I think you just go look at the sites and see where these kids are running.
What do
around
we
and
do with
everything.
any place we go? We just figure it out.
Right. Have you ever been to South Carolina?
I have not.
Yeah, we went there last year
In
to
October.
Charleston. It's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
It's a cool
Pretty
little city.
pretty cool little city and different vibe and everything else too.
Yeah, I've heard it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it was.
we had a really good time. And then we went to Kennebunkport, Maine.
Ooh, I recommend
year
the
before that.
Kennebunkport.
And that's real old school, like everything's old back east.
Did
Yeah,
you
'cause
walk
that was, like,
around
the
with
first...
Did you try to do the Kennedy accent? You know.
Oh, no, we
I
didn't. We
will
should
not.
have.
Yeah, no, we didn't. It's
thought
funny.
I
We
should've.
stayed about a mile or
A
quarter
quarter of a
mile,
mile.
away from George Bush's like compound.
Compound.
though.
Oh wow.
And we went,
Okay.
and then we got close. We got to go check it out. So as you get closer, there's cameras everywhere.
Everywhere.
So it felt a little weird checking it out.
For some reason, I associate that with the Kennedys.
No,
Isn't
you're
this-
right.
They
You're right.
no, they had some place nearish by, I think.
Yeah, it's,
Or
no,
north,
you're
I
right.
think.
It's right in there in Maine, though.
Yeah, the Kennedys had. I think theirs is more north though, in Maine.
Right. What do you think of that? Isn't that weird that Robert Kennedy Jr.'s voice is
He
so
has, like, a
crackly?
thing.
What is wrong with
I
his
actually
voice?
googled it once. He has something, and I can't remember what's wrong with
Something with his larynx or something
Yeah.
like that, and it makes it shaky. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, because I was listening to him the other day, and he's kind of hard to understand. You know, it's like I mean, he's running for president. It's kind of hard if you don't speak clearly, I guess. Not to be
You can
critical, but
understand him.
I mean, I could understand it, but I wasn't like focused in. I'm like, I kept thinking, what's wrong with his voice like that? But I don't know.
I mean,
saying.
it's not horrible.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Bothers you though.
I know what doesn't bother me. I
It
don't know.
bothers you.
I don't
You're
really know.
bringing it up so it bothers you.
Well, we just said Kennedy, so there we go.
You could probably do his accent.
What?
The
I
shaky
cannot.
voice.
I'm the worst.
Maybe you're like
were
a
you
shaky
actually doing
voice.
an accent?
I
Jim?
cannot do
Ish.
accent.
Well, ish. But probably, I mean, you're not great either.
No, I couldn't even think about how the Kennedy accent would go. I'm going to the harbor.
Okay.
I'm
There you
going
go.
to-
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
Go to the harbor to get a bear.
Okay. You like kept like you started doing okay and then just no, just joking.
You do it then.
I have to hear it to do it.
Oh, okay. All right. That's all. I can't
I
think
can't
of
go
any.
off of yours.
One of our best friends, Joe LaMonica, is from
He's from Boston.
He's from Boston. Yeah.
Okay.
He kind of talks like Elmer Fudd though. Eric. That's kind of like a
There's
Eric.
probably different dialects in
Yeah.
Boston.
I don't know Eric.
Because he's in like South Boston
Yeah.
or something like that.
He's a Southie,
Yeah, I think they
South
have their
Boston.
own little
right?
accent.
I wonder if they sell this stuff in Boston. I think they might actually. Honey, guess what time it is?
Happy hour?
Yep, I made your favorite Juicy Tits Vodka cocktail.
Fantastic. Thanks, babe. Love you.
And I love you. And your Juicy Tits.
Go to juicytitsvodka.com to get your own bottle of Juicy Tits, where life is the party.
Speaking of Juicy Tits Vodka, I was just telling Jim that we're going to Key West to do that show with Lauren, the owner of Juicy Tits.
Are you just repeating everything that you said last week?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great.
Right here. I'm on my notes here, Jim. It says last week, and it says Key West.
Right.
So I'll repeat it every week until we go.
Yeah, you got to
For
promote.
listeners.
Yeah, right. I have an issue that Kylie doesn't like about me.
Oh,
That I'm a repeater.
oh my God.
Like I told her that you're coming here at 3:30.
About 5 times since yesterday.
5 times yesterday.
I'm not
probably.
kidding you. in
I
the
said,
past
hey, remember,
36
Jim's
hours.
coming at 3:30.
So then I started just being like
ready.
out of nowhere, because they'll throw it out of nowhere. Like I'll be doing something. He's like, tomorrow Jim's coming in, and I'm like, so then I just started randomly out of nowhere being like, hey, what time's Jim coming? And he's like, I told you it's 3:30. And I was like, and then I kept asking, and he was like, are you not listening? I'm like, oh, I've listened. I just was kind of flipping it around on you.
Well, she has a super problem with being late and being ready on time. So I think I'm paranoid, so I always announce the time. Like I go sit in the car and wait for her.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But you're going to have to work on that a little bit.
Well,
because
fine.
you have no regard for time.
I don't.
As far as like making people wait. Even at church. Church, late for church.
Well, I like think the sad thing is that I think that I'm doing good on time, and all of a sudden I am out of time, but I'm not ready to leave.
Yeah, and then she'll go. I'll be laying in the car waiting because I don't want to have any interaction with her, so I just go wait in the car. And then if I say something, she'll get mad, so I wait in the car.
Correct.
She'll come out of the garage, and then walk back in the house.
So I forgot something.
Go, oh my God, what are you doing? Then she'll come
Forgot
out of the car. So now, once she gets close to the car, I hit the garage. Go down.
You did that the other night, but I was like, I was ready to go.
You did that
so
on
it's fine.
purpose. But you got to work on the time thing. Because I'm getting old, and I don't know if I can wait. Like, when you get older, you like to be on time. You're like an hour early. You know, why do you think all these blue hairs go to dinner at like 4:00? That's when I like to go.
No.
Yeah. We go to Los Compadres like 4:30.
We do not.
And there's all old people and us.
You did make me go once on a Friday that early.
Yeah, we went like 4:00.
And we saw our neighbors.
I like to go to dinner early.
Well,
Me
I
personally.
don't get home until after 5.
I know. I just have to meet you there. What time do you guys eat dinner?
We eat early because Gina's on eating early.
Right.
She likes to do the fasting. So you go 16 hours between.
So she only eats in the daylight.
Yeah, like we try to eat at 5, like you said with all blue
Or
hairs.
the blue hairs. Yeah, that's when I like to eat too.
Well,
The problem is I just keep eating though.
right.
Big fat
You
lard the
eat
next
dinner
day.
and then you could just snack until 10.
Yeah, if I eat at 5, then I keep eating until like 10
right.
o'clock. Yeah,
Your
yeah.
animal crackers are your friends.
Oh man,
Animal
I know.
crackers. That's great.
That's true.
It is a true. That's a true story. That's all that was in there. That's why I was eating.
Oh,
those.
that's why?
I gave half to some of the dog.
half
Me and the dog.
your nightly treats.
I thought of a weird thing, and I hope this
What?
doesn't offend you, Jim.
That
Now,
scares me.
you know how like I used to drive around on the road all the time, and I was going to get to this last week, but you never know where to go to the bathroom.
Right.
And so you go to like, oh, I'll go to this Rayleigh's because at least a nice place, and it won't be all gross
you
in
have
there.
your areas that you like to stop, frequent flyer.
Yeah, you're not going to stop at Burger King or something like that, or old gas station or something like that. You're just kind of going around town. You can't make it home, and you don't want to go like in a Sani Hut or whatever, right? I was thinking, I wonder if you had an app.
It told you where to go to the
No,
bathroom.
it says the Rayleigh's on McCarran has a nice, clean bathroom, and
Maybe you
can
should
go
develop
there.
that.
Like a bathroom finder.
Yeah,
Right.
like a bathroom finder.
People like leave reviews like this one was dirty.
Like, yeah,
they don't clean theirs often.
Yeah, do not go to the 7-Eleven on South Virginia or whatever. And
Have you been there? You know that?
no,
okay.
you don't. Everybody knows you can't go to 7-Eleven.
I didn't know that actually.
In my job, I used to basically just drive around all the time. So you have to know your spot. My brother, it's funny, he does the same thing. So he knows the certain spots to go. He goes, oh yeah, you go here or you go to there. And the weirdest place I ever did was I go to this dentist office.
Right.
Dentist office building.
Well, the sad thing is you used to go there when you were a patient, and now you still frequent it when you are no longer a patient.
I know the code. It's a
Right.
code, and you go into the
perfect.
building. Yeah.
It really is perfect.
They have a code, so nobody uses it.
Right.
And if I'm driving by, I'm like, I'll just pull into
I'll
there.
just swing in. I'm
I was
right
like,
here.
where'd you stop at? I
When
said,
was the last
dentist office.
Here's the question. When was the last time you went to the dentist office to go to the bathroom?
It wasn't that long ago.
Stop it.
Well, no, because remember me and the Swim Peeps used to go to that coffee
Yes.
bar?
You don't go there anymore?
They got tired of it,
Oh, okay.
I guess. So
So you haven't been there
instead
since
of going in the coffee bar, I would drive down to
before
the
you
dentist
left,
office.
yeah.
It's a commercial building. It's not like a
Right.
thing.
It's
yeah. It's funny because
Still.
you know who was talking about this on a Jackie Schimmel show?
What?
She was actually talking not about the app. That's how I thought of the app. She was
Oh.
actually talking
Going
about.
to the bathroom
Do you have a list of
places?
places where you can go to commercially to the bathroom? Like you don't want to go to Walmart. No one goes to the bathroom at Walmart. That's got to be gross. Or Costco, right? That's got to be the worst.
You've gone to Costco. I
Well,
feel.
I've gone to Costco. Yeah, everybody's gone everywhere, but You know,
Are you talking about number 1 or number 2?
I'm talking about 2.
I'm
Number 1,
talking
I can
about
go
1.
I can go 1 anywhere. That doesn't affect me. I mean, I can hold my breath. You know, but number 2, I'm talking. You got to, you know, the worst is and people get Starbucks. People always go to Starbucks,
Right? Because you
can go into Starbucks and go to the bathroom 1 or 2, and you don't have to buy anything.
Right.
You can just go in and go, and there was that big controversy
They made a big thing about it. Yeah.
So now Starbucks says you can just ask
Gianna.
Gianna.
You have to get like a code from them. You have to ask for a code.
They roll their eyes like, oh,
Probably.
God, this guy's not buying anything.
I did go into. Was getting a coffee and I had to go.
And they have a
number
code.
1, but I had to ask for the code. Yeah.
If it was number 2, would you say it right now?
I don't know.
No, there's no way.
I don't go number 2
Let me just tell you, it was number 1.
I don't go number 2
1.
in public unless it's an emergency, and that rarely happens.
Would you rather shit outside on the side of the road rather than go to some gross, dingy gas
Like,
station?
what do you mean by side of the road?
Well, I mean, let's just say
Like
you pull the car over and there's
like,
a little
is it
ravine.
really-
There's a little
Is
ravine
it a
going
real
down.
like busy road? Can you see? Can I hide?
I mean, there's a car coming every 30 seconds.
Can you see me squatting?
No,
I'd probably do the side of the road then.
other than go to a gas
Yeah.
station bathroom. Okay. Not that that's ever going to happen, but
Probably not, but
might be jinxing you.
I mean, yeah,
To do.
especially if you're like on the road or even just like a road trip on vacay. Like, where can I stop? I don't know this town.
Right. And they say, well, you can go, and then on the
Like,
app, they would
you
say,
put a
well,
stars. Like, I would
you
like
can
a
go in here
5-star
and don't worry about
bathroom.
buying anything. They won't hassle you if you go in, right? Because you're like, what if I have to go buy a piece of pizza or something? Then I go,
Well, you do that.
actually, that'd be great.
That'd like
I
your
would-
dream.
That's actually, I would go,
Oh, shoot, I
Yeah.
have to buy pizza? I'll
Right.
go.
I'd start just going there.
Right. Have you ever gone into a business to go to the bathroom and you got a piece of pizza?
I would say in my
Yes.
life, yes. There has to be a time. I'm sure there
I would
has to be a
assume
time.
so.
Yeah, I'm one of those. I would always go in and buy something if I had to use the bathroom.
would
Like,
too, 'cause
Even
I
if I
feel
go into
bad.
Starbucks and I had to use the bathroom one
I
or
do
two,
too. I feel too.
I would go probably just buy something I didn't even want.
I would too, because I'd feel bad.
Right, unless you could just sneak on right by everybody.
Unless,
right?
I don't feel as bad now about Starbucks because I know that they have like that policy. But
Right. You see how serious we get when we talk about that? There's only certain things we get serious about, and this is one of them.
bathroom,
We're dead
Great.
serious right now. Last week on the I'm still on the last week part now. And last week on the podcast, we got a lot of comments on the social media things. We talked about kids being in the trades instead of being in computers or being in video games
Very
or whatever.
popular.
Yeah, being in the trades, being a plumber, being a welder, or being
Right.
stuff like that. And we got a lot. I can't believe all the comments and shit we got on that.
I know. It's a
Some people are like,
hot
F
topic.
the trade, you'll never make this much. And most people said, be a welder, be a welder.
There was a lot
be
of
a welder,
welding. Yeah.
Be a welder. Is there a lot of welders out there, or is there not?
I don't know a single welder, so I'm going to say no.
But I'm assuming you make good money if you're a welder.
I would think so. I feel like that's a very,
Yeah. I told River,
very
I said,
unique.
if you want to make $1 zillion, and he doesn't want to do this because he's got other ambitions. And
Wants to do
River
this.
does what he wants to do. You don't
Right.
tell him what
Nope,
he.
you
What
do
he
not.
Yeah. I told him, if you want to be a pool guy,
Oh my God, no
if
kidding.
you want to install pools, because I used to be in that business doing pool decks and stuff, and there's no reliable pool guys. I go, you'll be a zillionaire.
Well, there's like a handful,
You'll
and
be a
they're
zillionaire.
busy.
And no, and you do every aspect of it. You don't hire any subs. You do it all in house. You dig the hole. You do the rebar. You do the gunite. You plaster it up. You do the tile yourself, and then you get out of there and you don't string people along for 6 months building a pool. You be a zillionaire.
And the maintenance, even a pool
Yeah.
maintenance guy.
Well, no, then you do the maintenance after. But anyway, so there's opportunities.
Yeah,
If kids want to be tile guys out there, there's no good tile guys hardly at all.
right.
It's hard to find them. So there's good opportunities to make good money at those kind of trades.
Yep.
But the trades are going out. I think they're going to come back.
Because it
but
doesn't sound fun. It doesn't sound cool.
I
it's
think
hard nowadays.
Right.
You know?
trades are fantastic, and it's sad because they've been removed from most of the public schools,
True.
right?
Mhm.
Used to do wood shop.
Yeah.
For example,
is
right?
that not a thing anymore? I mean,
It's
and,
not.
and auto shop.
Yeah. And why is that gone? You
like
know?
I had to take wood shop in like 7th grade or 8th grade or something.
I took wood shop.
They call it technologies, but we had to like cut her. I was like, I'm losing a finger. It's happening.
Right. I actually did when I took wood shop in like 7th grade. I just snipped. I sawed my.
I for sure thought that was going to happen to me.
Oh, really?
I didn't, but
did that. But yeah, you're right. They used to have
Yeah.
auto shop, and I guess they don't offer that stuff anymore.
Yeah,
I think they kind of do. But like, I think in Washoe County, you have to like go to like apply for like a specific little school you go to.
Yeah, it's not just standard.
offered. Yeah, like you have to like reach out and be like, I want to do this.
Well,
I
River
wanna
did
go.
video production at Reno.
Which he kind of
Yeah.
had to. Thankfully, it was just at
Well,
Reno.
he was at Reno anyway, but he would
you
have
have
to
to kind
apply.
of find your little niche, and then so you have to want to do it, which I feel like that's
Right.
not.
And that high school, though, has a program for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you have to
Each-
go to that school
right.
to do that program.
Right. So that's good, I guess. But
Ish.
anyway, yeah. So a lot of these trades are. I mean, if someone wants to like be in the concrete demo business, you make a lot of money.
See that
Because
they're
there's not
demoing
too many
everything.
kids getting in demo concrete, you know.
Right.
That's how you get an old back.
Yeah.
Right.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it. That's what I was telling my doctor. I'm like, God, all these years, I know, concrete. Jeez.
7-year-old
No wonder
back.
River doesn't want to do it.
Yeah. Save your back.
Life of the Eric podcast is brought to you, speaking of concrete, Petrola Concrete Construction, where you're guaranteed to get a bad back. And doTERRA Essential Oils. You can rub that on your back.
Yeah. You can
That's
soothe
what I
your
need.
back.
Yeah. You ever use essential oils at all? You know what those are?
No.
So
They're
not
like-
into that one.
I don't think, I think it, I mean, I know
Some
your sister
help.
sells them. It could be bullshit.
Some stuff like I put lavender on Nora's bites the other night. That helped.
Yeah, like if you put lavender
On bug
lavender
bites.
oil like on bug bites, it does take the itch away.
Soothes it. Yeah.
It soothes it. You
There's
know?
certain
So I guess
little things. Yeah.
certain
I
ones.
mean, they're not miracle workers. Let's be honest.
And they have ones that like say like if you have a cold or something, you breathe it like
Oh
it's
yeah.
kind of like Vicks or something like
yeah.
that.
Yeah. It is like Vicks. Yeah.
Yeah. I told your sister to bring some of that to Kauai.
The bug bite one.
The bug bite one, but how are you going to trust essential oil bug bite one? What if you just put on and the bugs eat the shit out of you?
Well, then it didn't work.
Right. Instead of off or
Then
whatever.
you buy
but-
some off.
Yeah, but anyway, you can get these if you really. I
gotta try this out.
Yeah, like cancel. I'm going to cancel my
Get some
sponsorship.
lavender oil if all else.
But if you really want these essential oils, you can get those from Aisla Mueller, and her handle at Instagram is at This Essential Life. And if you like this podcast, this is what you got to say on your podcast. If you like this podcast, go to Spotify or Apple Podcasts and rate us a 5 because that helps your ratings. And then subscribe or follow because that you want it to pop up. Are you subscribed to us where we pop up each week?
I am.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
So
Oh.
yeah, that's what you. So whenever like I hand out a card or something to people, I always go, hey, if you can, just listen to us, but whether you like us or
listeners
not,
enjoy
can you
this?
subscribe to us at least, and they always say yeah, but I don't know.
Do they?
I guess they do. I mean,
don't know.
the subscriptions keep going up.
Okay,
so,
great.
So that's good.
Just hit that little thumbs up button.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like us or leave comments or whatever. That's always good. But anyway, dear, guess what? Jim, you've hung in there.
Nice job, Jim.
It's that time. Last call. This is pretty easy. Who are we cheersing today?
I'm gonna cheers to Jim.
Yeah, Jim, thanks for coming. I didn't really think we were going to have you mic'd up and everything.
Yeah,
so I
you
was-
did. Don't lie.
I figured he'd want to be mic'd up, but my brother comes.
You
he
were
goes,
hoping
absolutely
all
not.
week that he would be mic'd up.
Yeah, please. It's so much
Oh, it's
funner
fun.
to talk to somebody else,
Oh, you're sick of talking to me?
No, just to have another person to interject. It's either me and Kylie and my mom, so I have another male in here to talk to.
That's it? Okay.
Yeah, and next week with this Michael Weem, he's going to be another guy we're going to talk to.
Right.
This guy Michael Weem, he worked for Tiffany's and
Gucci.
Gucci, and he's an artist, and he did he designed and etched the champagne flutes for the Academy Award bags.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. He has an art studio in Palm Springs, and we had met him when we were down there, and he's a hoot. He's really funny.
It's quite funny.
Yeah, we're gonna have him on next week, but via Zoom. So we'll see.
It's a
how
new
that-
adventure
Yeah,
for
it's
us.
a new adventure via Zoom for us. So we're gonna see how this goes. But I'll fill you in on how it goes because
Right, because yours was going to be Zoom based.
you'll be
I think
Zoom.
so, yeah.
Yeah, with there. But my advice to you is what was your partner's name? I can't remember her name. now.
Heather.
Heather. My advice to you is you and Heather get and do some fake ones and just see if you can banter and talk for 40 minutes or an hour or whatever. And
Right.
Kylie and I did 9 or 10,
Right.
and then finally on number 11
You
we
felt comfortable.
put
enough?
one up and we went out to dinner and it was so bad we scrapped it.
You were so nervous.
I was really nervous on my very first one.
Your voice was so you could totally tell,
Yeah,
and you were like blowing through your checklist and like weren't listening to me talk. We were not having.
I
a
didn't even know
conversation.
Kylie was even talking. I was
You were just like.
talking.
yeah,
Yeah, and so we
It was bad.
So afterwards we went out to dinner and I go, that's so bad. We came home, we scrapped it, and then we did a new one.
Wow.
It was much better.
Yeah, and it was much better because we were just more relaxed.
We did
and
have a
everything.
cocktail.
Yeah, and then what we figured out, this is the biggest thing that you got to figure out,
What?
is you have to listen.
Okay, I didn't figure that out.
I
You
figured it
that
out. I'm like, you know what? I have to listen to Kylie because half
Yeah,
the
you
time
do.
I don't know what the heck she's
It's the
saying.
1 hour a week he listens to me.
Right. And so I was like, you have to listen. And
Yep.
we were talking over each other a little bit and doing all these, so in those like practice podcasts, you'll figure out the little nuances where you don't talk over each other as much and stuff like that. So that's always pretty interesting. And to listen back to old podcasts,
Oh my God.
it's cringe.
It is cringy.
It's like, can we erase all those and get those
Right.
like you can hear the uncomfortableness in our voice and you can hear the, people
you
claiming
not
I'm-
listening. No.
what?
Exactly.
Yeah, I just say what?
No, you used to say exactly.
Oh yeah, is that what I said?
Yeah.
We found out I kept saying exactly.
When he wasn't
Exactly.
listening, so he didn't know how
So
to
I would
respond.
say exactly
He would just respond with exactly.
like 25 times. I say exactly
Because he wasn't listening to
and
what I
wasn't-
said.
I was too busy thinking about what I'm going to say
I would
next.
say something to and it would set him up, and he would just say exactly, and I was like, well, that was a failure. Okay.
Yeah, she set me up a perfect joke.
Yeah.
And I go exactly and and move on to the next subject. And then what's the one my mom says? Oh, crazy. She goes crazy. Like when you
That's
there's
hers.
certain words that you'll say.
Hers
to-
is for the end too.
Yeah.
Like when she wants to wrap it up.
Yeah, like right about now, you feel a little woozy, a little tired here or whatever. My mom starts like,
Oh, that's crazy.
"That's crazy. That's crazy." I go, "Oh, Mom, you're getting
And
tired.
she's done.
We got to wrap this thing up." Which is about now.
Now, yep. Since you're explaining to the listening.
Yeah, but people like to hear that.
Population.
People like to hear that stuff.
Okay.
Subscribe and follow us on wherever you listen to your podcast, or just go to our website at lifewitheric.com.
And don't forget to follow us on social media for updates and a closer look into My Life with Eric. To all of our listeners out there, remember, it's always happy hour here.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Thanks, Jim.
Thanks, Jim.
Thank you.
Love you, baby.
Love you.